Alright, hello and welcome everyone. Today is a day that has some level of anticipation. I'm starting like 2 minutes early, whatever. Today we are going to finish getting through Niwan Palace to get through and get the last piece required to get into Dahoy's Tower. We're going to go through, we're going to level up in Dahoy's Tower, we're going to beat up Dahoy. Some other things are going to happen. So, let's go through, let's play a little bit, let's see how this goes, and let's rock it. My plan is to get at least to the end of Dahoy's Tower, might do the dungeon after that, for reasons that'll become obvious after we beat Dahoy's Tower, or might save that for next time. We'll figure it out then. But that's the basic plan for now. I'm also planning on a little bit later today, probably starting either Manakamiya 1, playing a bit more of Atelier Iris 2, or maybe playing some Suikoden. So one of those three things is going to happen later. But first, let's go through, let's finish this palace. For anyone who has watched the previous streams, remember, in these palaces we are locked on a couple abilities at the moment. Currently, this is the last of the 3 required palaces. We are not able to use items or special skills, which means for Yuri, no fusion. And Suzanne, no magic. Which is a bit disappointing. Alright, a gem embedded in the center of the altar emits a dim light. How suspicious. Look at the stone plate? Of course. Stone plate with 4 wooden tags on it. The space remains empty. Set the wooden token? Of course. Alright. Time to get physical. I don't know why a hand with a second hand on its back needs wings. Nor do I want to know, frankly. So the only thing we really can do during this particular encounter is physical attacks or defense. We do not have a tertiary option. Luckily, he doesn't seem to possess a whole lot of oomph to his oomph. So I do need to try and get a couple of Yuri's spirits before fighting Doi as well. There's a few that I'm lacking that I wouldn't mind having, and I especially would like Light for that fight because it has those healing capabilities. But I don't want to have Yuri be the water elemental, the Mandragon, who also does have healing capabilities. But because Dahoy is fire type, it would just make Yuri strong and weak to him at the same time, which isn't a great prospect. It would be far better to have him as the light that can do the healing, have Marguerite throw Aqua Weapon, or Aqua Arm, or whatever it's called on him, to make his attack water-based while leaving his personal element not water-based. Marguerite's already going to have a disadvantage in the fight as she is a water-based character, but it does still give me that Aqua Edge is what it was called, advantage. I could use Alice in the party and do healing that way, but that would significantly lower my damage output, so I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. We'll find out. Once we get past the handsy bunch here. Ah, I've been attacked by a whirlpool of doom. Just fall down already, man. He's gotta be close. The downside is so's Yuri and I have no way to heal him. And he's like focused on Yuri. He hasn't attacked Zuzen specifically yet. Zuzen got hit with the large whirlpool, but that was a group effect. It also doesn't help that I've missed Zuzen's third strike zone twice now. This has just been poor timing, frankly. And he's attacking Yuri again, I can see the angle. Oh, no, he got Zuzen that time. Wonderful. Yes, attack the old man. As Yuri's about 2 hits away from being dead. I'm against that. I like to keep my protagonists mostly alive. Come on, man, just fall down. All the cool people are doing it. There we go. Bye-bye. Alright, well that was at least some nice experience. Yuri leveled, Yuri hit 18. So from the looks of it, I want them all to be right around 20 when I'm fighting Doi. So that should not be too difficult of a prospect. Oh, and I got a Leonardo's bear. Wonderful. Yeah, see, light I still need about 16 points to get. Now that, of course, is also based on the fact that light is available. If I can't find any light enemies, then grinding it's going to be not doable. Woo, finally. Good work. Alright then, Master Jiafang. We've passed all the spiritual trials. Show yourself. I believe the Master has said no. Meow meow. I'm impressed. I didn't think young people like you could make it through all the trials, meow. Come on, you've no grounds for denying us further. Take us to the old man, won't you? Of course, Mew. Meow. I'll open the door to Nirvana Palace. Hold on. Meow, 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 meow. Meow. Go ahead. The Meowster awaits. Yeah, I'm using a tent because I don't know if there's a boss fight after this or not. Also, why is my party still only those 2 people? Apparently that's just how my party's gonna stay for right now. This might be a poor use of a tent, I don't care. If there is a boss fight, I would rather have full power here. I'll buy a couple of tents, even if it's just preliminary for the next place. Okay, good. They're all nicely equipped, so basically it is just the tents that I need. How many Thera Leaves do I have? I have 13 Thera Leaves, 10 Thera Seeds. Yeah, I'm good on all that stuff. Yeah. Alright, just tents then. I've got 3. I would not mind having another 4. Which I realize is probably overkill, but for grinding later it'll be easier just to have them on hand and not have to worry about it then. Special Agent Kato. They certainly are late. Yes. Maybe Lieutenant Sukatani was right about them. Maybe they failed. Not bloody likely. That can't be. I put my faith in them to the end. Heh, it's ironic, isn't it? I find myself rooting for the enemy. I wonder why. They're so reckless, yet somehow I envy them. Many dots. Violence is the answer. Lieutenant Colonel Kawashima, Lieutenant Sukatane reporting. That was fast, Lieutenant. What happened to the others? We have 20 men hidden nearby if something happens. They'll be ready. Lieutenant Colonel, how is the situation? Yes. There will be no movement for now. Please wait a little longer. Understood. Exclamation point! Sergeant, don't take your eyes off the Lieutenant Colonel. The investigation committee's up to something. Up to something? I'm counting on you, Sergeant. A little surprised he doesn't come back in the second game, considering things that are going to happen soon. Meowster, I'm back! I brought everyone here! Welcome back, Zuzen. Nice to meet you, ladies, and Hyuga's son. So, you're Master Jifa. The very same. And you're Yuri. Like father, like son, it seems. You both carry a heavy burden. At any rate, welcome. I've been so bored lately. Today's trials were quite a pleasant change. I'll give you back your powers and items now. I've added something for finishing the trials. Master Jifa removed the seal. And I got a Fruit of Yggdrasil. Your pardon, Master Jifa, but we don't have time for a joyful reunion. This place isn't safe. Ha! I don't care much. I don't care how much strength Dahoy has. He can't break through this seal so easily. Just as I cannot leave it, he cannot come in. It's an honor to meet you, Master Zifa. I am Alice. Ah, so you're the blue-eyed prophet I've heard so much about. My, you do have incredible power. No wonder Dahoy is drooling over you. He probably would succeed in the valorization if he had you in his possession. My father lost his life protecting me from a warlock with similar plans in a country far away. Tell me, why do people like Dahoy attempt such awful things? The reason is simple. They believe they are superior beings. But are the sons of humans also not human? They are motivated by vengeful hearts. They sacrifice many victims to their idol of revenge. I'm sure Dahoy hasn't fully constructed how the Demon's Gate invocation might change the world. Of course, I don't know what would happen either, but it must be stopped. Oh, I almost forgot. There was something I wanted to give you, Xiaofang. Yes, Meowster? There's a votive picture tablet of the white tiger on the back shelf. Please fetch it for me. Gotcha. Ah, here it is. I found it, Meow. Meow. What? The barrier may have been slightly weakened by the trials, but this cannot be. Dahoy. No, even Dahoy isn't this powerful. I know who this is. Sup, Simon? Meowster, meow! I didn't need your help. That voice! Dahoy! Long time no see, Master Shifa. I finally made it inside your seal. Bastard. What have you done with Jiafang? Too late. The votive picture of the white tiger is mine. Zuzan, give me a healing talisman. A broken seal can't be repaired, but we must seal the entire temple. I'll bring this temple down around your heads before you can. Oh no! What a pathetic place this is. Master Jifa, you thought I'd be as weak as I was 15 years ago? You fool. Ah, such beauty. If I'd only come earlier, this moment would not have been delayed so long. He just took my mage. Well, my white mage. Doi, I underestimated his dark power. Poor Jiafang, please forgive me. I shall give my life to extend yours. Ying! Oh good, we're less dead than we were moments ago. Master! It's alright, Suzanne. My time has come and gone. The rest I leave to you. Master Jifa! Young Hyuga, do not fear the dark. If you accept it, it will protect you in return. And then later kill you. But we're ignoring that. Then, what frightens you will also disappear. No! You old fool! We're not gonna let you die here! Minus us doing that? I'll transport you to the Saramasa Pavilion with the last of my strength. Good luck! Now go. Go to Koihai Tower and rescue the girl. It's collapsing! And so did he. No. What the? Yes, they've finally started something. Alright, Lieutenant Sukatani. So it's finally time? Take your troops underground. We don't know what's down there, so proceed with extreme caution. Yes, ma'am. Oh, right, that's why Sukatani's not in the next one. My bad. Kato, it doesn't hurt to trust in people now and then. Alright, let's move out. Lieutenant Colonel Kawashima. Yay, we've been magicked back to the beginning. Yeah. Where are we? It's the Saramasa Pavilion. Master Jifa transported us here, didn't he? We've got no time to waste. We've got to get back to Shanghai before this palace collapses. Yay, and I have 3 people in the party, and okay, she's also 15. So Yuri's the only one who's at a higher point. That man's voice. Where do you think you're going in such a hurry? To kill you? Wugui! That Dahoi doesn't miss a beat, does he? Leaving Wugui behind to block our return. You just don't know when to give up, do you? You here for another beatdown? You've caught me at a bad time, and I won't forgive you over my dead body. My sentiments exactly, boy. You will pay dearly for what you did to me. Grah! Look, I'm not putting in words, that's what he said. Oh, finally showing yourself as the demon, eh? Good. Now I can kill your ass. I mean, fusion? Ha! I'm gonna go as Mandragon on this, simply because of the healing properties that it has. And again, I don't have Alice at the moment, so not cool with that, but... Yeah, he's got Rain Shower, which is it's a single target, but it's still something. You know, he's got a lot of MP at the moment. I'm going to use Flash Flood because I just want to see how much it's going to do to this thing. I don't know what element he is. He's probably Dark. Which means the best asset I would have against him is Alice, and... Right! Immune to magic! I totally knew that. So glad that was the first attack I did. Ooh, 2 strikes. Game of death. And I believe I put a Leonardo's Bear on everyone, so that they're all immune to instant death. Yeah. For exactly that reason. Which means Zuzen's about worthless here. Which is a shame, but his physical attack's just never going to compare. And Yuri's only actual benefit as Mandragon is his, healing. Marguerite may actually be the strongest member in this particular fight at the moment. My face! Ooh, that was a lot on my face. Alright, and now he does have... You know what? Zuzen does actually have some curing properties of his own. So I may as well do that, because Yuri's attack is still higher than Zuzen's. I would love to know what he's actually saying there. I have a feeling it's amazing. Violence? I don't think this dude's gonna have a lot of health. Just simply because of the limitations that you have while fighting him. Like, to be sure, his physical attack is plenty, but... Yeah, he's definitely Dark type. Okay. Well, that's a unpleasant move. I'll have him heal Marguerite. Which isn't overly needed, but the thing is his physical is just so strong that if I don't do it and he gets a crit on her or something, that could be the bad. Same deal as Zuzen, though he's in the back row, so it's a little less detrimental, but it's still... He did over 100 points of damage to Marguerite. So I really do need to be some level of cautious here. That was some decent damage. And as much as I don't think he's a lot of health, I don't think he's to that weakened last quarter state yet either. Oh, he did it again too. Why must you use the same attack again? Why? I'm actually just gonna leave them this time and try and get a little physical done. If I have to bring someone back from the dead, I will. Oh, he is staggering a little bit, isn't he? I'd kind of missed that before. Alright, and Zuzen, your physical is worthless against him, man. Like, this fight would have been over a while ago if I could use my magic. Ooh! He took Yuri down from 180 points of health. Not cool, man. Not cool. I've only got one mercy, so I'd better just use standard luck here. And Yuri's SP is too low for him to actually transform again. So we're just gonna need to do this the old-fashioned way. Item healing activate. Don't really want to have her heal if I can avoid it. She's doing the most damage to him right now, you know, and given the limitations, there's not a lot of damage to be done to him. So I would much rather get every last drip of it that I can. Especially given Zuzen's definitely going to have to heal this turn. Except he's going to heal her, frankly. If he happens to live through the next attack, good for him, but I would much rather Marguerite live than Zuzen live. Ah, that works as well. It's only 75, that's 150. If I get a crit on that, that'll still be... Or I could miss it entirely and just completely screw that up. That's cool. Let's try that again with less bad timing. Well, it wasn't the strike that I wanted, but it was at least something. Because if he uses Nightmare again. Or he could just kill Zuzen. Ooh, he didn't. He easily could have. He only actually did a chain of 2 instead of his normal chain of 3. The chain of 3 is what killed Yuri at 180 health. By all rights, if he does a chain of 3 against Zuzen, even at full health, Zuzen's down. Great, we can get some extra damage on him this round. He's got a lot of stagger to him at the moment, so we should be getting very close here. But you can kind of see why before I fight Doi, I really do want to get a little extra levels here. Get everyone right around 20, and things should be better. Ooh! Mr. Big Axeman just doesn't seem to be able to hit the mark today, does he? Nah, 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 nah. Don't taunt the enemy. Don't taunt the enemy. My bad. Sorry, enemy man. Just fall down. Oh, and he got a critical too. Right. There we are. Remind me if I get any 3rd keys or 5th keys, save them for the Dahoi fight. That way I can just end him as quickly as possible. Ooh, Marguerite went berserk. Crud muffins. Oh. Well, alright, that's cool. You don't generally get the fatal shot by a berserk character, but alright, I'll take it. Nice, Zuzen leveled, Marguerite's very close to leveling, Yuri's about halfway. Not bad at all. And that was all darkness. Impossible! Defeated again! You! My face. Well, that was rude. Damn. Oh no. Hurry, before everything collapses. You're awake. It appears we've been brought back to Shanghai somehow. Who do you think rescued us from that rubble? I better go next door and check it out myself. Probably at the point where I need to, my malice isn't overly high at the moment, but at some point I'll need to clear it out. You two really want to fight me? Ah, you're awake. Yeah, I'm awake, alright. Care to tell me what's going on in here? Why the Japanese army? Yuri, this is Lieutenant Colonel Kawashima. Our unit saved you from the temple ruins. Lieutenant Colonel Kawashima. Hey, Book. How's it going today? The Japanese army is our enemy. They went to the temple ruins for the White Tiger votive picture. Right. Thank you for the host. Woohoo! Sergeant Kato and I posed smugglers entirely to maintain contact with you. You're Kawashima, of the Japanese army. Please, try not to be angry. We apologize for withholding information from you. I'm only going to try to kill you next game. That'll be far worse. Shut up. You think you can just let bygones be bygones, pal? Heh. Calm yourself. At present, we're not your enemies. Take it easy, kid. Let's hear what they have to say. I can't tell if your little face man is flipping me off or giving me a thumbs up, but I'm good with it either way. What are you saying, Pops? How can you be so calm? We don't know what could be happening to Alice. Alice is fine. So you're Yoshiko Kawashima of the Japanese army. If only I'd realized sooner. I would have killed you without a thought. I was close. Now, let's not be hostile. The only ones who will profit from our fighting are Dahoy and the Japanese who aim to take Shanghai. Please, think about it. If we truly hated you, would we have gone to the trouble of putting our men in danger, asking them to dig you out of that monster-infested rubble? Yes! You just said that Alice is okay, right? How do you know that? Legitimate question. If I were Dahoy, I'd protect her. She's a treasure to him. Her very existence gives him satisfaction, which is creepy as... He will leave her in some secure location while he hastens preparations for the valorization. Which means that Alice is safe until the Demon's Gate invocation begins. Precisely. While we do not have much time, we are not too late. Dahoy has made Kuhai Tower his fortress, but since there's no way we can break in through the front... Master Zuzen, you are the most familiar with this, correct? Why don't we collaborate? You can't break in through the front. I can turn into a demon. I can pretty much break in anywhere I want. So, everything's just part of the plan, huh? I can't believe you. We may as well be your damn puppets. The funny thing is, in the second game, Yuri has a very similar state of mind going into a certain enemy fortress, we'll say. And it's one of the very few times, it's actually the only time, where Yuri is inches away from killing someone who is completely unarmed. But they really, really deserve it. He doesn't. They actually stop him, but they have to physically stop him. Yuri, you shouldn't say that. The Lieutenant Colonel was at the temple ruins the whole time praying for your safety, waiting with the unit. She waited and waited, believing you'd come back. The funny thing is I know what his voice sounds like, and I really should be doing it closer to what his actual voice actor in 2 does it as, and I keep forgetting to. Enough, Kato. The fact is, I did use you. I truly apologize for that. Mostly. If you won't call me your friend, will you at least call me your ally? Let me put this bluntly. Yuri, I want to join in arms with you. Good, join my party. Shoot some people who deserve it. I aim to make Shanghai a staging base for the army. But it can't be done with Dahoy at large. Dahoy is your enemy as well. Joining forces to stop him is the most logical strategy. Why do you want us to cooperate? It should be easy for your famous army. Why not wipe out everything with your military might? Says the international famous spy, the master Taoist who beat Dahoy 15 years ago, and the kid that can turn into demons at will. Yeah, why on earth would you want their help? It's not it at all. Certainly there are many who'd like to do just that, but I am not one of them. An invasion of Shanghai once begun cannot easily be stopped. A huge number of people will be involved in the battle and a lot of them will die. The best course of action is to fell the ringleader before the winds of war kindle into an inferno. That'd be awfully convenient for you, wouldn't it? I'd sooner take Dahoy's side than do anything to abet Japan's designs on Shanghai. Master Suzanne. I'm tired of being used by people, just because it's convenient for them. If the Japanese army wants to invade Shanghai, so be it. After I finish Dahoy, I'll fight them. Now, Kawashima, I may not be as smart as you, but I know what's important in life. Candy, tacos... Not candy tacos, but there's a comma between them. Are you saying a joint effort is impossible? Look, I have 2 goals right now. I have to save Alice, and I have to stop the volarization. Don't underestimate Dahoy. If you leave here on your own, all that awaits you is his traps. I don't care if it's a trap. I promised myself I'd protect Alice at all costs. You're a fool. Well, yes, he is, but he's still one of the most awesome protagonists in the land. People like you, people who plan out every little detail of their lives. You could never understand me. I thank you for saving us. Goodbye. Peace out, y'all! Oh, book, I may end up doing Menachemia later. Just to be able to show you and the viewing world Flay and kind of go through that a little bit. If the Demon's Gate invocation actually takes place, there will be no point in debating about Japan. Ooh. Can we just let them go, Lieutenant Colonel? Everything will be fine. Illogical people can just be difficult. Gato. Is Sukatane still away? Yes, ma'am. He said he'd be back right away. I'll go check on him. Oh, and Kato. Give them the Yawang Gate key. Lieutenant Colonel, are you sure? Our spies worked so hard to get such an important... Just do it. We can't let Shanghai become a pile of ashes, even if we can't cooperate with them. We can gather our troops and prepare to invade Kuhai Tower, understood? Understood, Lieutenant Colonel. Please wait here. I'll take care of it. Wait, sonny boy. You can't go by yourself. That's right. You can't very well leave behind your guide through hell, you know. I know that. Alright, so there should... I actually want to go back in there, because I believe there's a save. I don't feel like going in. Okay, apparently I'm not going back in there, despite the fact I know there's a save. And I'm a big fan of saves. Interesting. It's not on my map. Clearly I need to still do something in here then. Obviously I have to get the key, but I'd kind of assumed that Kato was going to stop me as I left. Which just did not happen. So I will come down this way. Run, 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 run. Alright, I see nothing of importance down here. So like I said, there's going to be some leveling going on, because leveling is a wonderful thing. There I am. We'll go through, we'll do some of that. We're going to try and get everyone close to 20. 20 seems to be like it would be a strong, good level for it. And we'll go through, we will beat the living tar out of Doi. Alright, I've hidden it well. Oh no. Enter. Well, what's wrong with you? Have you gone mad? Major Ketsuji. I'd like to ask you the same question, Lieutenant Sukatani. Major Katsuki. Katsugi. I ordered Kawashima's whereabouts reported the moment that you located her. You tried to trick my spies. Heavens, no. I haven't found Lieutenant Colonel Kawashima yet. Enough lies. I am assuming Shanghai Command. This is a direct order from the Imperial capital. You were with Kawashima in Wuhan, weren't you? Tokyo may charge her with treason. You're a good soldier. Tell me where she is. I will not ask again. I know nothing of it, and the Lieutenant Colonel had no plans for any treason. She failed to report many key details, and moved ahead without approval from the capital. That doesn't sound like treason to you? In any case. The truth will be revealed soon enough, as my soldiers turn the city inside out. Farewell. I liked him. I really did. Also, just as a side note, that Major's actions, the one who just shot Sakatoni, his actions are the complete cause of the second game. They're entirely what causes the second game to happen at all. Hey Yuri, good to see you again. How did it go? Did you retrieve the white tiger? Yes, I have the eye of the tiger. I see. But we must be thankful that everybody made it back safely. So, tell us, Zen, how have things been in Shanghai? I sense a disquieting air about the town. Indeed, the Japanese army is preparing for something. The number of troops has increased. Hey, how do we get inside Kuhai Tower? If you know, you gotta tell me. 15 years ago, Dahoy destroyed every entrance to the tower but one, Yawang Gate. The door is sturdy and locked tight. It's locked? You can do something about that, right, Suzanne? If all it takes is an unlocking spell, that's a simple enough order. Yawang Gate, eh? Thanks, Mr. Zen. Alright. Up the stairs we go. So yeah, we're gonna do this, followed by some Manichemia. It's going to be a good day. What the? This place is crawling with Japanese soldiers. And they all wants to fight me. You all up in my way, man. You need to go. Alright. If I can get some levels here that has a free heal and item shop, I'll take it. What element are you guys? Probably fire or water or something boring. I need light. I haven't gotten to use a grenade in a while. Grenade time! Kaboom! So, I got to watch a stream of Mario Tennis today. I watched one this morning while doing some stuff in WoW. And it looks really fun, but it looks like it takes a while to get used to it. I'm just going to have him physically attack. Because I know Yuri's going to be able to take him in the next turn. But it just looks like a neat little game. I'm not sure if it's something I'm actually going to invest in, but... Oh, if I beat up 5 more of them, I can get Earth level 2. Wouldn't that be a nice little advantage going against Dahoy? Oh, if they talk to me, they fight, but they don't go away. I see. Yuri! What's going on? Is this the start of the Japanese invasion? No, it's terrible, just terrible. You're a grown man, get a hold of yourself. What is it? What's happening? Yes, well... Lieutenant Sukatani! Lieutenant Sukatani, please say you're alright. Gato, you've come. Who did this to you, Lieutenant? Who was it? Kitsuji. Major Kitsuji. He's after the Lieutenant Colonel. Listen carefully, Sergeant. I hid it. The precious item I hid in that boat. Tell that to them. Tell Yuri's party, right? Understood. Please, don't say another word, Lieutenant. I'll send a medic over right away. Forget it, Sergeant. Forget about me. The Lieutenant Colonel, protect her. There's no time. Go. I leave it to you. I'm bad at doing death speak. What can I say? Lieutenant Sakatoni. No. I get it. So the people are after Kawashima too. But what in the world is this precious item that Lieutenant Sukatani wanted us to have? He says he hid it on board his ship? Yes, please, go get it right away. I must return to the Lieutenant Colonel. Got it. As soon as we find whatever it is, we'll head back to the inn. Until then, stay put. Got it? Yes! Luckily, Kato has a lot of character development between 1 and 2. Like, he's not the villain that you want to kill. He's the tragic villain. He's the one that you look at and go, I kinda get it. I kinda get it. It kinda really sucks. Alright, come here, my little earth elemental friends. We shall have words. Words of a variety. Ooh, perfect grenade.
Yeah, I could use some help here.
Now, I did notice with Mario Tennis, as the person was playing, they were saying they were having a lot of issues with lag. Doing the online with multiple people. They did also state that one of the people they had known, and the lag was potentially caused by them just having slow internet. So apparently it was also an issue during the demo, though. So I don't know. It's interesting. I don't want to scuffle now and again, but war's different a matter, see? Cool. Thank you for your uselessness in this situation. He must be a lottery member or something. That would be his only justification for existence. Make sure it's not. It is right here. Wondrous. Wrapped in the cloth is a large metal key, shining dully. You received Yawang Gate Key. Booyah! Man, this is a rugged key. Rugged key. Is this a screw it. What's it for? Let me see, is that... It's the Yawang Gate Key! Then we can get into Koi High Tower? That's right. Alright, back to the inn. Except before I get back to the inn, I want to fight enough of these dudes to get my 2nd level Earth. Because, you know what, we're just gonna force that to happen. If I happen to get a little extra experience, I'm planning on grinding in the tower anyway, so... Irrelevant point is irrelevant. Shabam! Down he goes! Arr, 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 arr. Oh! Yeah, Kato's not that kind of villain. Kato's the kind who's going... trying to bring someone back from the dead. Failed. Pulled a Full Metal Alchemist. That didn't work, so I'm just gonna blow up everything. Because the world is now a dark and cold place that I no longer wish to be a part of. That's the Kato villain. Fine, you know what? Fight me. And then there's, of course, the Kefka villain, whereas that there's no true logic behind Kefka. There's not. I love Kefka. Kefka's awesome. But there's no logic behind Kefka. Kefka's mere existence is to be a crazed lunatic. You have to play the first game, which obviously I'm doing now, but you have to play through the games, and the thing is, I don't want to give away, well, the person that requested me play this has already played the second game, so I can give away the spoilers without it being an issue. At the end of this game, if you get the bad ending, which is actually the correct, true ending, Alice dies. And Lieutenant Colonel Kawashima will soon also be dead. Kato and Yuri end up doing almost the same thing in trying to bring them back in the next game. So you're pretty much playing... You're almost playing the same thing that the villain's doing, and just Yuri chooses a different path in the end than what Kato does. Alright, so I need to save, I need to get my second level Earth Elemental, and I need to burn some Malice. So, Graveyard! It's kind of like the game I was playing yesterday. I don't know if you saw Chaos or not at the end of the stream, but oh, am I not able to do it yet? Ah, it remains dark because I have to go through Dahoi's tower first. Okay, so I'll just be quelling Malice then. If you remember Chaos from the end of the stream yesterday, he actually has really good reason for doing what he's doing too. Besides the fact that he likes stabbing people. Because, you know, that's always fun. But, it's interesting to see the different types of villains you get across the various games. Yay, Malice be gone! Alright, so I can't worry about the level 2s then, so the only thing I really need to concentrate on is the, getting the light energy to get the light level 1. Which could also be a trigger as to why I can't get the level 2s. You might need to have the, Exactly. And I completely understand that, because that actually kind of does describe Kefka. The only thing that sets Kefka apart... Why am I looking at the screen? The only thing that sets Kefka apart is really Kefka's lunacy. Kefka's, I'm going to poison an entire city. I'm going to destroy things, and the fact that Kefka won in the end. Those are what make Kefka stand out. Not his actual motivation, not his willingness to do what he's doing. What makes Kato stand out is... just the storytelling behind it, and the fact that even in 2, where he is the main villain, he's the big bad, up until the last quarter of the game, y'all are on the same side. Like, he's not even really a villain. And actually, the main boss in this game, who we've already seen is going under a false premise. Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. I will probably play Shadow Hearts 2 on here at some point. I do need to save. I forgot to do that. Data save. Yeah, Shadow Hearts 2 is honestly the best of the trilogy. I love all 3 of them. The third one is probably my least favorite, because it's a completely new cast. The first 2 both have Yuri. They both have Kato. They have a lot of connecting points. Hello, Silent Peddler. Generally, yeah. Though I gotta say, not with this. Yuri is one of my favorite protagonists. He is awesomeness personified. And I think we're about to enter into a sad scene, or it's going to happen. Yep. I expected to find a mannish woman indeed, but you're actually quite beautiful. Oh, you flirt. So you're the new dog Tokyo sent. I had no idea they wanted me so badly. They sent you all the way to Shanghai just for me. Don't think my father will take this lightly. Her father is in the next game. Watch your mouth. You're speaking to the new ruler of Shanghai. You'd best forget your father. Oh, haven't you heard the news, eh? Well, I'll tell you. Your father adopted a new daughter. Someone from the Qing dynasty. What? He's busy raising her. He doesn't have any time for you now. One of the people in this game that I really wish I could fight and kill is that man. And it doesn't happen. There's no side quest for it. There's nothing. The other side of it is between their exit in this game and the start of the second game, Kato kills him pretty terrifically. Your time's up. Who are you? I'm your worst nightmare, buddy. Are you one of her underlings? Get him! Nobody stands in my way! Oh. Didn't remember fighting this dude. We'll go for an Inferno kind of approach. Why not? Nah, just physical will be fine. These weaklings aren't worth it. Though, yeah, Book, I do completely see what you mean, though, because, like, even the villain to Atelier Iris 2 is awesome. It also helps that I really like his voice actor. He also plays Captain Ukitake on Bleach, which pretty much play on Bleach, and I like you as a voice actor. That's just how that works. But, aw, that man fell down. How sad for him. Man, my aim with these judgment rings is way off today. And Zuzan has leveled and learned Life Sucker. Oh good, they were both light element. Wonderful. I'll get you for this, and your little dog too. Kato, are you alright? Hang in there. Ah. You came, but why? Consider this our thanks. You'll have to take care of the soldiers outside by yourselves, though. You came back for us, all of you. We just want to stop by to say hello. You can thank us later. We seem fated to keep meeting. We may be on opposing sides the next time we meet, but do take care. Yuri, you're going, right? To Kuhai Tower? Yeah. You know her. She'll sob and cry if I don't rescue her. Be careful, okay? And Yuri, I'll pray for your success. Just saying you could take that time and escape instead. It'd be easier. No, really. I'll be praying. Yeah, about that. Where am I? Are you awake, Alice? No. This is my Kuhai Tower laboratory. What do you think? Impressive, isn't it? But before we begin the Demon's Gate invocation, I must test your power. Just a little. What do you think you're going to do to me? I will never, ever cooperate. We'll see how long that sassy little attitude lasts. You'll soon give up and do whatever I wish. Well then, shall we begin? I hope you enjoyed this. Now answer me. They'll come for me. I know it. I just need to buy some time. For about 350. You cannot trick me. Do you feel like cooperating now? I'll never. Okay, here it comes. What should I do? Don't get cute with me. You're beginning to smell toasty, though. Now, say you'll cooperate. Ah! Okay, one more time. What say you, Alice? She passed out. How sad. I'll have to stop before I put her into a coma. Finally I can begin the Demon's Gate invocation. Bear witness, lowly maggots. I shall soon show you the face of God. Yeah, about that. There's going to be a little bit of killing going on first. Whoa, check this place out. So this is Kuhai Tower. Well, it's a whole lot bigger than it was 15 years ago. Just wait, Alice, I'm coming for you. We're gonna go this way. Candy box. I got a seal of life. So this is Yawan Gate, huh? I'm sure hordes of monsters will pour out the minute it's opened. Oh, quit it. Even an idiot like Dai won't try to use the same tactic again. He probably would. Well, there's one way to find out. When you use the Yawan Gate key. This is on PlayStation 2. The gigantic heavy door slowly opens. Ooh. Yeah, all three for this are on PlayStation 2, and they have never been ported to any other system. Oh, it's a Demony Man. Hello, Demony Man. Yeah, like the downside is, when I switch between this and my Switch, I have to modify the settings on the capture card quite a bit, but at least I can do both of them to stream for you guys, so that is the goal. Ooh, that was some nice damage. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead and say that he is not friendly to water.
Yeah, I can use some help here. Wait.
And magic is going to be stronger to him than physical, given the chi shield that he's throwing up now. Let's use my new shiny spell. It's alright, in the second half of this game I get a vampire. Just saying, that's pretty sweet. Actually, in all 3 games you get a vampire in your party. And they're all related. Now she should be able to do some whammy to it. Yeah, it does definitely seem to be weak to water. Good. Oh! I'm against the amount of damage he just did. Just on sheer principle, really. Alright, I have been healed! Huzzah! Actually, I was thinking Medic Emulator, but I'm kind of still digging to Tell Your Iris, so we might go that route. Just try and get a bit further in that. Now that it's actually in my head. No. Bad demony man. So he really has no magic or magic defense to speak of, but his physical is outstanding. I should actually probably be using Marguerite's grenades. So we're just going to go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I could use some help here.
The first one of these games, which is this one, took me forever to find. Now granted, that was before I really was willing to look and buy things online, but it is still actually considered quite rare. And it's loosely tied to a game named Kadelka. It's not actually part of the Kadelka series, but it is related to it. That its protagonist actually does show up in this. Alright dude, you can fall down at any time. I'm starting to run out of magic.
Yeah, I can use some help here.
Interesting, he only did 2 attacks and then ran away. Oh, that should be nice and strong. I I'm actually gonna let her just melee this one. She still has the water element on her weapon anyway, and his chi shield should have been down by now. Or at least close to it. Good thing I packed extra tents, because I'm gonna need one after this. Come on, we see you staggering. Just fall down. He is out of magic. Alright, we'll use the last little bit of his MP. It's not corpse arm, but it'll do. 39 points. Oh yes. Precisely what I was hoping for there. His chi shield has finally worn off. Oh, so he's using a bigger thing. Oh, but that's actually magic resistance. I'm really happy he didn't use that until after I was out of magic. Oh yeah, she's doing a nice bit of damage now. Hoping that we can end this fight before she goes berserk. Stop hitting me! It's very painful! So can y'all hear the dogs in the background? Guessing there's a squirrel in the yard or something. He's got to be like right there. There we go. Bye-bye, Mr. Demon Man. Oh nice, I got 2 levels out of that. It's not too shabby. Zuzan is close to leveling as well. And yep, that's what I thought. He was all about that fire. See, I told you it would happen. I guess both you and Ahoy think on the same level, Sonny Boy. No, I'm kidding. Alright, this is it. Wait, there's something on the ground. Huh? What's this? There's like a turtle on it. Dang! If it isn't the Black Tortoise Voltive picture. So, this is the one that Doi took? That's right. Never expected we'd get it back in a place like this. Hooray! So there's 4 of those pictures in total, and they're needed to make a series of things happen. Forget about the stupid plate. I wanted a stupid heel. Arrgh. Alright, so first out, Seal of Life, because I'm all about living. And that's actually going to go on Zuzan. because he actually has the lowest life force in this party. And then we're going to use a tent! Alright, so we have reached the inside of Kohai Tower. My next objective is to go through... We're going to go through the tower. Kind of slowly, because I want to get those levels as we go. I want to get everyone right around 20. Yuri's almost there, but the others are not. So we need to do these things in kind of a logical order. Here is a Phoenix VP. Of course I'll take it. There's a hole, and above it's a picture of a tiger. Oh, I'm gonna have to put the Phoenix in there until I get the tiger. Okay, that's what it is. I remember. I'm also hoping that I can get some light points here so I can get Yuri's light fusion. There's a hole just right for a picture, and above is a picture of a bird. Forget the stupid hole. It's not benefiting me currently. Okay, so I can't go through there until I've done that one for the bird. I know there's one for a phoenix. Is there another bird? There might be another bird. Alright, so I think those two are potentially light element. And that dude in the back's probably fire? Or they could be dark element. They could really go either way. Technically, you can't have a shadow without light, blah blah blah. Don't attack me. I didn't attack you. I certainly thought about it heavily, but... Alright. Yay, physical attack going up. Kind of against it, to be honest, but whatevs. Can't wait until I get corpse arm. It wasn't as effective there as I would have thought it would have been. It's still effective enough for what I needed it to do, but... Marguerite, kill! Her actual next attack, I believe, is Snipe, which is plenty powerful. Okay, good. Zuzan has leveled to 18. Wonderful. We're not that far off from where I want to be level-wise. I did not even look to see what elements that gave me. I know fire was one. I saw that. I didn't see what the other was. Alright, so I need the other vault of pictures so far. Hole just right for inserting a picture, and above is a picture of a turtle. Yes! I have a turtle. Would you like a turtle? Here, have a turtle. The candles lit up, and I heard a turning in a lock. Ooh. Was it in here? Yes! Yes, it was. Go me with my mighty intuition. Precisely. Oh, good. Now I have the dragon. Dragon Ball Z. No, I didn't just totally have an anime moment there. What are you talking about? That's a weird looking demon. I gotta say. Mournful and rage. Great. It's sad and angry at the same time. It's what I do. Ooh, I completely missed. That sucks. And they sealed Zuzan's magic. Alright, these things need to die. Yeah, like that. And that one needs to have magic used against it. Right, that was the trick. One needed physical damage, the other needed magical damage. Alright, so we're going to do this as Mandragon, as he's my strongest casting demon at the moment. At least for right this moment. Absolutely. Yes. It kind of forces certain ones on you in the beginning half, but as soon as there's this dungeon, then the dungeon after this, you start to actually have a party where you can pick and choose. My normal ending party is actually Yuri, Keith, and Alice. Keith is a vampire that we haven't met yet. He's a great guy. Oh, good. That was light element. Wonderful. Light, one light and one water. Actually, it looked like they counted as 2 each, but still. The vampire you get in the second game is a vampire pro wrestler. Vigilante. Hero. He has a lot of titles. Alright, so we're going to use one of Yuri's special skills here. Oh, you're not letting me. You suck. Alright, fine. Zuzan, you'll have to heal yourself. Yeah, so it's also interesting to note that Zuzan himself is a fire elemental, but like this life sucker ability he has is actually dark element. So just because they have the element doesn't mean that all their things will correlate to it, with the exception of Yuri's fusions. If you want a great game that offers a lot of party customization, you should play the Suikoden games. They are amazing, and on top of being amazing, they you can have you recruit 108 characters. I'm going to need to take the Dragon one back, sadly. I need to take the Dragon one back despite the fact that that's where it goes, because I need the Phoenix, which is in here, but I need to replace the Phoenix with a different one to be able to actually leave the room with it. Alright, there's the Phoenix. And then we're going to put in the Blue Dragon. By the way, what is my Malice at? Alright, Malice is fine. Okay, so another physical, and I don't know what he is. Clearly he's agility based. And, alright, he's agility, the other's physical. Raging Tiger's the best choice here, probably, then. Because he did just use a wind element, which means he's probably weak to earth. So, I will have him use flying stones on that thing. Alright, not bad. Throw a grenade, see what happens. Yeah, 108 characters is a lot. They're not all playable characters.
Yeah,
generally about 2/3 of them are. but they make for some really great games. A lot of replay value too. Alright, that thing's dead. And the other one I can just beat up. It's like an extreme back rub. I don't see the reason to waste mana on these dudes. No, he's magicking me. Stop magicking me. I've been magicked. No. Luckily no one in this party is actually weak to that element. And he's dead. All dead. Yes! Yes! Do it! Do it now! Okay, good. Those dudes do actually count as 2 levels of, 2 points of elements. There's a hole with a picture of a bird. It's just a bird. A rather angry bird. Alright, cool. Now I should be able to get the 4th and final picture. White tiger. I got the eye of the tiger. It's me not singing and saving you all from terrible, terrible, terrible singing. That was punny. That was punny. Ah! Violence! Violence never solved anything, except for all those things that it solved. Alright, fine, I'll give you that one. Ooh. Hey, big fire. Alright, well, he's dead. On to the next. Actually, realizing that Zuzen's one ability is actually of a darkness persuasion, I might even be able to do this a little faster. The nice thing is I actually almost have this tower solved except for a little bit of running. Ooh, silence and damage. That's cruel and unusual. Well done. I still do want to get a couple levels in here before we go up against the big dude, but some of it's not even for the fact that we're going up against Ahoy, but immediately after going up against Ahoy, I, for a short time, lose my strongest party member. So I really do need the others to be at a level that they're going to be able to stand and move forward on their own. So have, reminds me of being in Conde Petit in Final Fantasy IX. You get it's a city of dwarves, and you go in and they're full of dwarfy goodness, but all of them say rally ho, RALLY -HO. It's what they say. It's their thing. And you run into a Moogle there, and for anyone who, for whatever reason, has taken a wrong turn in life and doesn't know what a Moogle is, they say Kupo at the end of everything. Always, and they should never be voice acted. And yet someone has. But, there's, the Moogle there, and he doesn't quite get it and ends up saying, Rally Kupo, which I find hilarious. For reasons that only I need to understand. Okay, so we're going to grind here a little bit. And that'll give me time to get the Malice up so I can get that cleared out again. It'll get me some levels. And we'll be able to go ahead and beat the living snot out of the evil warlock. And stabs it? Okay, I'm alright. I'm okay. I can still breathe. You need to warn someone before you do that. Tonberries are my favorite enemy in any video game. They're adorable and the most evil, sadistic things in the world. You've played Final Fantasy VIII, haven't you?
Yeah, I could use some help here.
Aw, he died. How sad. Oh. Oh my. So you're saying I need to finish the stream of Final Fantasy VIII? There is a Tonberry summon in Final Fantasy VIII. And it is amazing. And it comes out of the ground, and you see its little lantern come up, and it pulls itself up, and it walks over, it gently pokes the enemy with its knife, a speech bubble comes up and says, doink! And then it goes away. And it does massive damage. I'm gonna have Zuzan heal himself there. So for anyone who's just coming in, we have broken all of the seals. Those poor, poor seals. The tower itself is solved except for the little experimental bit that Albert Simon throws in, or whatever you'd like to call him at the time. For some reason, I thought that when you beat him in 10, I thought it gave you a rare sphere grid thing. Like a level 4 key or a black magic node or something. I might be wrong, it's been a while. Because they're only in the Omega Ruins, aren't they? It's the only place you can actually go to fight them. I think. One day I will actually go through and beat Omega Weapon. One day.
Yeah, I can use some help here.
Are you going for 100% completion? The better question, are you streaming it tonight? Because I would totally be up for watching. I really want to see some more of the Mario Tennis too. That looked really fun. Darn and darn. Perfect. Earth and Fire. Sadly, neither of them do much for me. Like, once I do get Yuri back in the party afterwards, I'll be able to immediately get the Earth Elemental. I'll be able to immediately get the Fire Elemental, or mighty close to immediate if I get the other 10 points. So there's that at least. It's getting this Light Elemental that's taking forever. Alright, that's Water. Inferno we're going with. Yes! Yes! So, when I first played it, I didn't even realize what that was. But, in the HD. I actually was going through my older games looking for stuff to stream on PlayStation 2 and going, wow, I have so many options now. This is frightening. But I found my old copy of the PlayStation 2 version of Final Fantasy X. Not the one with the black label either, the one with the greatest hits red label. I'm like, ooh, it's so shiny. Stop attacking my caster! I also found out, which is kind of a neat thing, in 10, when you fight the Chocobo Eater, if you don't kill him, and instead you push him off the cliff, instead of him pushing you off, you get a higher reward. You get more rare items. I think it's like instead of getting one key sphere, you get 2 or something like that. It's rather useful. Alright, so I would need to take out 8 more of those dudes to be able to actually get light level 1, which I still want everyone to hit 20, so that goal hasn't changed, but by the time everyone's done that, if I haven't gotten them, I just haven't gotten them. That's what we're gotta go with. Oh, that's interesting. Now, I did think that the final boss in 10, the real final boss in 10, was significantly harder than he had been in the original. And I realize I don't normally fuse this often, but I'm doing it now because I want to kind of push through this grinding as quickly as we can to get back to the more entertaining storytelling portions of this. I'm gonna have to use a tent here soon to recover my MP.
Yeah, I could use some help here.
Boom! Cool, one enemy out. Nice! You know, with an ability called Life Sucker, you would really think that it would have a drain effect and actually heal me as it damaged them, but it doesn't. I'm pretty sure that Keith has an ability that does that, though. Like, his bats go in and do something of that nature, but it's not very strong. Alright, Marguerite is almost 19, Suzanne is 19. And Yuri will hit 21 before either of them hit 20. Alright, we're getting there. We're pretty close. Probably 5 or 6 more random encounters. Maybe 7. I'm gonna go ahead while we're right here, use a tent and clear out Yuri's malice. Oh, and a save. Save would be good after completing the puzzle. Ah, no, don't continue without saving. Save! There we go. I don't know what I'm watching, but I'm scared. Probably don't need the audio on for that, do I? There we go. Wow, did someone use a Game Shark for this? It's a very old sentence, I'm just saying. Oh, this is a 43-minute video. Yeah, I'll watch that later. I didn't realize it was 43 minutes. Game Genie is a slightly older sentence, but only by about a year or two. Oh, that's a big dude. And you have to do it on the side of the airship. That actually makes it worse somehow. Whoa. And he does a ton of damage. Especially considering they're all breaking HP limit. I don't know, because like even giving you sphere grid points or sphere grid items would almost be inconsequential at that point. You just, if you have the power to beat him, you don't need those items at that point. You already have your ultimate weapons and armors. So I don't even know what you could justly give. Actually, I do. I know exactly what they should give for that. A New Game Plus feature. Beat penance, get New Game Plus. Fine, let's do this. No, bad little wormy thing. I'm thinking he would kind of look like Odin from Final Fantasy VIII. Yeah. Well, keep in mind, Odin's an instant death move. Yes. Yes, he did. Jecht looks like Rob Zombie as a final summon. That's what I get every time. Come on, Masky. Hand over the goods. Alright, so we're actually going to advance through the tower now and get to... because there's another save point up ahead, right before the boss, as there almost always is. And I'm thinking between now and then we should hit 20 and be close enough level-wise that we can go ahead and fight Dahoy. Poor Anima. Anima's had a rough life, man. Is this not the room? No, this is the room. Okay. There we go. Alice! Yuri? Congratulations, you've made it all the way here despite rather heavy security. No matter, you are too late to stop my Demon's Gate invocation, the ultimate Nine Heavens magic. Ooh. Alright, so I have a very, very specific technical question. Marguerite uses a gun, and at one point, in another level, gets a sniper rifle. Why is she not shooting Dahoy right now? You never changed, Dahoy. I'm ashamed to have a brother who's twice strayed from the right path. So, I figured I'd deliver the last rites I failed to deliver 15 years ago. That's why I came up all this way to see you. Ha! Still alive, eh, Suzanne? You will lose, just as you did 15 years ago. I'll make you beg for mercy, if you survive. This Demon's Gate invocation is quite different from last time, you see. Ha 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 ha! Sorry, pal, but there won't be any invocation. Detestable Harmonixer boy. Son of that monster Hyuga. You think you can stop me? Hee hee, like father, like son. Kuhai Tower will be your grave. Mwahaha. That's enough of that. No. The most I've done is the Honest Game trailers. I absolutely love the Honest Game trailers. I find them hilarious. Oh, and I've seen Final Fantasy VII Mashin Abridged. Ah! It's Frogger! It's an angry Frogger. I'm gonna go with Raging Tiger. It's probably the same element as Frogger over there, but it does raise my physical attack enough that it's still gonna be worth it. Yeah, that's right, Frogger. Sit boy. Oh, I guess that's more of a wolf type thing, isn't it? That wolf might need a diet. It's got a really fat belly. It's a fire type? Okay, who here thought that was a fire type? Anybody? Anybody? No? Good. Because if you did, you were correct, but still wrong. Yeah, Book, at some point I will try and finish that FF8 playthrough for you. I didn't realize that you hadn't played it. Or didn't, forgot, or something, I don't know. Pick any excuse that sounds good and go with that one.
Yeah, I could use some help here.
60, that's not bad for that particular attack. The problem with their attacks is they get less and less useful because they're not based off a percentage of your stats, they're based off of total capping value. And because of that, they can only go to such a degree. Something that they did actually fix in the second and third game. You know, if I was smart, I would throw Aqua Edge on him. Bam!
Yeah, I could
Gotcha.
use some help here.
I'll take a look at that in just a little bit. Probably should do some healing here. Magic power! My voice gives me super strength. And if you get that reference, you're a great person. Bye-bye, Wolfie. Alright, cool. Marguerite hit 19, and she learned Snipe. That was mainly what I wanted out of that. 20s would be fine for both of them, but we can still go ahead and do this fight at 19. I'm fine with that. There is still some randoms that are going to happen between here and then anyway. So the small fry, they won't even buy you time. Ah, but it wouldn't be any fun if I didn't try. Yes. Yes, I have. Let's begin, shall we? In truth, you should be on your knees giving thanks for the chance to witness such an event. Wait a second. Valorization went out of style a long time ago, old-timer. I need to see what you sent me now, even if I don't watch the whole thing at the moment. I just want to see what it is. Ah, okay. Problem is it's not going to come through because I'm looking at it on my laptop, which is not hooked to OBS at all. So I'll do that later. I do it on my laptop because that way I can see the chat while I'm playing because my computer's over there. So I wouldn't be able to see and with the chat bot that I'm using, I still have to actually have it at about 600% to be able to see what you people are saying. Alice, the time to unleash the power that slept within you has come. Do you need some coffee for that, or... You're fine. It's all good, man. Stream is more so about people coming in and having fun and being able to relax. Getting stuff done in the game's just an extra perk. The four gods are sealed. I called thee to the storm, fire, and quake. Let the valorization commence! Yeah! Alice! It's too late! The spirit machine of Kuhai Tower will siphon off all of Alice's life energy. The mandala of hell shall open, and the Sephiric Radiance will be summoned. So, spoiler that Dahoy doesn't know is, Yuri's final summon in this game, if you go through and you do all of it and get 100% to get it, which is a pain in the penguin, is called the Spheric Radiance. It's actually his power. Spheric Radiance? You mean you're not plotting to carry out the Demon's Gate invocation? Correct. This magic is far more complex than a simple invocation used to summon an earth spirit. It cannot be! I suppose I should keep you entertained while the tower fills with Alice's life energy. Now, you shall taste the wrath of the Earth Sage Dahoy, the ruler of the 9 heavens! Wahahaha! Fusion! Ha! Alright, so I'm going to go as Raging Tiger because he is fire-based. I want to go as something that's not weak to fire. So I'm going to go as him. Going as Inferno actually would have probably also been a wise choice, but, well, too late now. Moonhell is what I'm going to do first. It also does restore some HP, which is another reason why Raging Tiger was a good choice here. And then I'll use Marguerite to throw Aqua Edge on Yuri, as he has the highest attack rate, and then on her second turn I'll have her throw it on herself. And then they can melee while Zuzan uses a little bit of magic and is the predominant healer of the party.
Yeah, I could use some help here.
And as fancy and as well thought out as all of that sounds, well, let's see what happens. We just mainly winging it, really. And Fast Ring. Shabibble. I forgot that he could do that. So Fast Ring kinda sucks because, as the name implies, it makes your ring go twice as fast. And if you don't hit the areas on the ring, you don't do anything. Oh, that was some nice damage. He did about 100 points of damage in that hit. I'm going to have her cast it on herself. I'm not going to worry about doing it on Zuzan because it only applies to physical attacks, and his physicals are so beyond weak. Because he's a mage. They should be weak. I don't want to see a buff mage going around punching people. As funny as that could be, no. And as I already said previously, he's mainly going to be healing anyway. No, not Dahoy. Never healing the bad guy. Alright, we should actually be at a decent setup here now. Oh, right, I can use snipe now, too. So, snipe it up. Ooh, I forgot how small of a space snipe actually is.
Yeah, I can use some help here.
But I got a perfect on it, so... It was a flat 100 points of damage. Her physical might actually do that already with Yakwa Edge on it. Only because he Soul's Fastering, I'm going to have him heal her. She doesn't truly need it, but trying to get him to do a physical attack with, or even one of his offensive magics, at the moment would be challenging with that ring status. And then on his next turn, he's going to need to get himself some more mana. For some reason, I thought this tower went a little further than it does. Okay, cool. He's fine. Let's go ahead and if I have a Phoenix Tail, I can use it on her. If I have one. I don't even know if I have one. I'm going to say no, I don't. So I cannot modify that for her. I do need him, on the other hand, to get some mana back. Perfect. Alright, we're up to 163 now. Wonderful. She's going to be kind of hard to control at the moment. Yep, I completely missed her entire ring because of that. That fast ring is a real pain in the penguin. Why doesn't it look like... Oh, no, he does. Okay. For a minute there, it didn't look like he had the Aqua effect on. Well, at least I got two of her areas. That's actually some pretty decent damage, too. Oh, yes. I'm not 100% certain, but I think they actually said the same thing, Dahoy and Zuzen, upon their castings. Still got two of them. At least something. Like, his actual damage output is not that high. Especially compared to the boss that I did just before him. There, Marguerite should be back to a normal ring on her next turn. He was already affected by that, so it doesn't matter. Ha ha ha, weakling. Perfect, she is back to normal now. She can never do quite as much as Yuri can physically, but she still does do plenty of damage. We're just going with group attacks now? Is that what we're doing? Yeah, he should probably heal himself. I might have to get Yuri to heal himself too, this time. Yeah. And the advantage that Yuri had is that he has a heal in this one, but if I would have made him go as Inferno instead, he would take a lot less damage to Doi's fire attacks. Oh good, Doi's almost out. He hadn't used that ability yet. Oh, no, it's the same one. Never mind. I was all impressed that he was using something new and learning, but he has failed. Oh good, and Fast Ring is now off on all of them. For now. Down you go! Just fall down. As much as I hate to do this, I'm going to need to throw a Pure Seed on Marguerite, have someone else heal Yuri. Just because she's almost going to go berserk. I'm not sure that that's going to benefit me at the moment. Good enough. Come on, man, I know you're almost done. I know you do not have much left to give. We're gonna have to do this way because if he does a physical attack to Marguerite, she could go out. That was almost 200 points. Yeah, he seems to be using that area effect a lot more frequently now than what he had been. No one actually directly needs a heal this turn. Oh, never mind. He could just die. That's cool too. Totally had a plan, but alright, fine. Alright, cool. 21, 20, and almost 20. Not bad. And he just gave me 5 points of fire. Nice. Damn you! Such skill! Pant, pant. Give it up, Zoe. Fool! You think you've won? Time is on my side. The girl's spirit has filled the tower. We are but moments away from the final act. Stop! In the name of love. Alice, you okay? Yuri, you came, and everybody. Of course we came. She had nearly all the life energy sucked out of her body. We need to do something right away. I'm okay. We must stop Doi. And the Demon's Gate invocation. But how? Isn't it too late? Hello, Sky Voice. Just a little my power. Yeah, sure. We totally know what you mean. What was that light and that voice? Oh, Alice, you've regained your strength. Thank you, Kodelka. That voice gave me back my power. With that gentle light, I can fight. She can kill. She is doom. It's been a while since I've heard that damn voice. She's watching over us. Let's go. Alright, let's form a party then. Please select people to fight the Oi. Like, the thing is, Zuzan has to be in the party. He's the one that I would ideally switch out for Alice. So as much as I hate to do it, I'm going to keep Marguerite in the party right now because Dahoy is still Fire Elemental, she still has Aqua Edge, she's also physical versus Alice who's pure magic. Well... No, I'm not. I'm going to use Alice instead of Marguerite. And the reason I'm doing that is because that would free up Zuzan's non-Fire Elemental magic to be used against Doi, which is still probably going to do more damage than Marguerite's physical. Plus, it gives me a stronger healer in Alice. I know, right? Alright, let's do it. Time to rock. Mystical save point. Show up somewhere. Well, that's one way to get into a tower. Why didn't they let me do that? Get your archers moving. Secure the entire tower. Lieutenant Colonel Kawashima, this is the end of Kohai Tower. You'll show Tokyo you've done your job. Just like you hoped, Shanghai will become a stronghold for the Japanese army. So it will. What happened, Lieutenant Colonel? Something wrong? No. They're still fighting above, right? Yes, ma'am. The monsters are nearly wiped out, and we were able to get in thanks to their keeping Dahoy busy. It's quite astonishing that your plan to storm Kohai Tower has gone so smoothly. Still fighting him, too. Very well. We'll fight those monsters too. To the top of the tower. Yes, ma'am. She's going the wrong way. Alright, now if I remember correctly, a save point does magically appear here somewhere. Oh. No, it did not, but... At least a vendor of sorts has appeared. I'm good with vendors. Probably gonna need a few of those. Discount. Or I could completely miss the discount. Entirely. Phoenix Tails are what clear the stat condition, but I'm not caring about them. No. Alright, so everything in the tower has been secured, so my biggest thing is that I would really like to heal. I guess I'm just going to heal through items at the moment. I don't like doing that, but standing right next to the item vendor, I can at least get more items. Alright, let me get some more Thera Seeds and Mana Leaves, and we'll go ahead and do this. Yeah, 11's fine. It's not actually what I meant to do, but whatever. It'll work. Alright, we're at least back to full health going into this fight. So of course I'm going to walk 3 steps and something will happen. Oh, no, I'm really glad I healed there. Oh, penguins. There's the save. Totally could have used a singular tent, not wasted all that money, but... See, and I told you I wanted to be in the 20s before I fought Tahoe. This entire party is in their 20s. Booyah. And did she learn a new ability? Because I think she probably did. No, she did not. Okay. I was expecting her to learn Arc Heal mighty soon. Alright, time to save China. There's no turning back now. Fool, the time is at hand! You only have a hand. Your other hand is missing. Where it's gone, we don't know. The mandala of hell is drawn. The vessels of the gods of the 4 directions face the heavens. So this is why you soiled the 9 heavens' most sacred ground. The most secret magic of all. I understand now, Tahoe. Even I understand now. Correct! The ultimate skill of the 9 heavens' Taoist magic. The reverse Demon's Gate invocation. Of course, reversing it makes everything better. You're clearly not an evil psychotic man, you're just some dude. Prepare yourself, boy. The power of heaven, the power of God fills my body. Let us settle the score before I create a new world. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na, Batman. Oh wait, wrong game. Hello, my demony friend. Aw, it's a dragon. 2 silences on people that I need to be not silenced. Cool. Cool, that's, great job. Great job. Ooh, and I have no way to fix it. None at all. Oh, that's not cool at all. Alright, guess we're gonna go as Raging Tiger again. Mandragon has a lot of use, but Raging Tiger still at least has a heal, as my 2 casters have both been silenced. And I have no way to fix that. But I'm going to still let them... At least Alice is going to have to heal through items until I can get that to go away. I don't have a choice. For right now, I will have her use the lesser healing items, because I don't need the bigger ones at the moment. I'm hoping that the silence just wears off, and it normally does after some time. That's why Marguerite would have been more useful, though, because even if she was silent, she still would have been able to physically do something to this thing. So if for some reason I fail this fight, while ignoring chat, I need to remember to equip them with anti-silence charms. Because that'll completely change the flow of this combat. Because at the moment I basically have 2 item healers and 1 person who can actually do something productive. Yuri must have something anti-silence on him already, which really would not surprise me. Well, that was unpleasant and uncalled for. His attacks aren't even that powerful, to be honest. But because of the limitations that I have, it's not grand. We'll use a bigger one on Yuri. It's a little more bad if he dies. You know, I do find it funny, they call him the Earth Sage, and yet he's a fire elemental. In every single form that you fight him, he's a fire elemental. Alright, bigger one on Zuzan, or he will keel over and die. Yeah, if only that was my dragon. Ooh, I missed. I'm not supposed to miss. Alice, no going berserk. Need your sanity. Ooh. Well, that was a lot of damage, is what that was. I will attack you with my little stick. And do almost no damage. Why couldn't you attack one of my meat shields? I don't care if one of them dies, I can bring them back to life and they'll be infinitely more useful because they won't be muted anymore. I do care, however, a little bit more if Yuri dies. I actually might need to strategically kill one of them. I'm gonna let him kill Alice. Still giving her the pure seed, but if he can kill Alice, she can come back and, at least until he silences her again, she can be useful. That, of course, means everyone else needs to be in decent health, so as that it doesn't create a problem when I have to bring her back to life and heal her instantly. And you can petrify people. Oh. Snap. Well, that's mighty good to know. Alright, so if I end up having to fight him a second time, I need anti-silence, anti-petrification. It does seem to be a rarer move that he does, but it is still detrimental. No, you may not kill Zuzan. That goes against my plan. Didn't really want to use a big one, but alright. Alright, cool. Alice is dead. I mean, no! Alice is alive. And she has the magics. Sadly, she doesn't have anything to cure disease with, but... And I missed! Yeah. Muffins. Ooh, I want a muffin. Zuzan's actually almost at a berserk level. Really? Of course she's petrified. And I don't think I can do anything about petrification either. Nope. I can do nothing about petrification, which means I basically need to let her die again. Such a bull mechanic. He needs a pure seed. Interestingly enough, he has not actually come close to killing my group yet. Despite the number of limitations that he's already put on me. Okay, if he petrifies Yuri, it will be just about over. Yep. This group isn't going to be able to fight because there's just nothing left to do. I basically need either Yuri or Alice to die so I can bring them back to life. And then yep. See, that's a bull mechanic. He shouldn't be able to petrify my entire party. That's the only reason he won. He didn't actually beat me because he was able to beat me. He beat me because he was able to exploit a weakness in the game's mechanics. But, alright. I'll go back in and equip things to prevent such atrocities from happening. Do I actually have anything that I can already equip for that? Okay, he doesn't do anything with instant death. I already know that. I have a leather cap and a leather belt. I could actually probably do better things than that. Hit areas increase, indicator spins slower, and a pedometer. That's all I got. Alright, so I'm going to need something for each of them to deal with multiple statuses. So let's go through and see what we can do. Also, some better caps would be nice. I mean, it doesn't raise it by a huge amount, but... 70 as opposed to 68, and physical attack can go up quite a bit as well. Alright, so that's confusion, that's paralysis, that's silence right there, so the bell bracelet and mirror bracelets. Let's just see if there's anything that... No, it does. There's nothing that culminates the two of them together. So I actually need 3 of those. And then 3 of those. And then this party should have 0 issue with this. Which is good, because I am almost out of gold. Oh, no I'm not. Never mind. I'm like, I'm low on money. No, I'm not. Alright, he doesn't do anything with instant death, so I'm not as worried about that. He really should be using the defense power. And she should be using the defense power, and that's... Okay, I'm not worried about that either. Alright, we should be vastly better equipped for this now. So let's go ahead and rock this. We're just going to pretend that this is the first time and go on with life. Save completed! Yes, I'm skipping ahead on the content, on the verbiage, because we just went through it. Huh, my guess that this portion of the game would take about 3 hours was pretty much spot on. By the time we get through the dialogue after I beat him, we should be right at about the 3-hour mark. It's not bad. And then we're going to beat him, we'll get through to the next safe area, and then we'll call it on this game for the day and come back in a little bit and do something else. Alright. Yeah, you can do damage. Good for you. Yeah, who else can do damage? Me. Now, as Mandragon, I could use water attacks against him, but I do already have 2 casters going against him, so I would rather just... I'm letting him go as Inferno this time, because he'll take less damage from the fire-based attacks. He doesn't need to have the heal as much, as both of them do have heals. And actually in this form he can stop poison, paralysis, and confusion. Not as though I truly expect that to be a thing. And he can use Fighting Spirit, which will raise his physical for 5 turns. So let's go ahead and do that. And I got a perfect out of it. Nice. It actually raises it by a higher percentage. Physical power up, 18%. Alright, no one really needs a heal yet, so we're gonna go ahead and just pay him back a little bit for the fun of the last fight. This should go exponentially faster this time. Perfect. Oh yes, petrification, by all means, go for it, my man. It was so effective. I'm so rocky. My super healer's power is active. Yay! Whoop, completely missed that. That was my bad. Oh, him and his tiny damage. So I'm gonna guess what she says is something in Latin. I'm guessing what he says is something in Chinese. Now we're cooking with lemons. Damage in this round. Got a couple of criticals already. No one is under any super annoying status effects. Some of that's my fault. I should have had heals for those particular status effects. And that's one thing that this game does do a little annoyingly, is it's rare to find something that heals multiple status effects. Each thing is like its own thing. There is no, or there are, but they're rare, to find what this game's equivalent would be of a panacea from Final Fantasy. It's not that they don't exist, because they certainly do, but they're not easy to find. Ooh, just barely got that. Fighting spirit wore off. We can fix that. Being able to throw an extra 18% damage on every hit he does is well worth one turn of combat. Ooh, he got close to killing him there too. That's not cool. Almost had a perfect on that, but didn't quite stick it. Still, good enough. Shocking. The funny thing is, I generally later in the game force someone else to heal other than Alice, because having Alice in the party is so beyond beneficial for her offensive magic that it just makes more sense to force someone else to do the healing. In fairness, even her Blessed Light spell is generally really strong, it's just not great against him. That was a nice bit of damage. You attacking my healer? Only gently. Got it. He's got to be getting closer there. He's taken a lot of damage so far. Now granted, he is the main boss of the first half of the game, so the fact that he takes a lot of damage is completely understandable. Oh no, petrification! She may end up needing another pure seed by the end of this. Alright, this is the last one of these he can do before he requires a magic leaf. Like, Zuzen is actually the worst choice for a party member to have on this, but he's also the mandatory one. Alice, save the old Taoist. He's going to need a mana seed. Bam! I'm not putting Fighting Spirit on again. For the moment, at least. Oh, he actually hadn't used this skill yet this fight. He hasn't been doing nearly as much AoE damage this round, go-round as he did last time. Still doing enough to be a nuisance, though. Alright, Zuzen is going to need to give her a pure seed. Or she's gonna go all Zerg mode. Then he's probably gonna have to give himself one. Unless Yuri can finish this between now and then. Nope. Okay, your big dragon thing's cool, very impressive, but it takes too long. Make your visual faster. He seems to be back to spamming. He's got to be close to dead. There cannot be much left in him. Pure Seed cast onto yourself, please. Shockwave. Well, at least Shockwave isn't as strong as the other move was. Magic. Cure Yuri, please. Oh, I was hoping for the perfect on that. Really could have used that extra bit of healing, but we'll take what we can get. I'm gonna have Zuzen do a little curing as well, because if he should happen to use the dragon again, that could potentially be bad. So we'll go ahead and do that. Alice will be all healthy again, and the world will be a better place. Okay, he's got a little bit of limp now. I'm good with him having a little bit of limp now. I don't know if anyone else remembers, but in like the old, really old games, like the Super Nintendo, in some of them, when you were damaging an enemy, like in Mystic Quest, the enemy, parts of it would just disappear, and sprite for the enemy would just change completely as you weakened it further and further. In this game, you can see they have a little bit of a stagger, but it's still mostly a guessing game. She's got 164 points. Or 154 points. We're just gonna have her do one of these. Maybe throw just a little bit of extra boom up in there. I would laugh if she was the one that killed him, just by doing that the one time. Oh, just die already. Not that I'm wishing bad things upon you, but if you happen to fall off the side of the building, that would be great. Everyone's health was high enough that during that, no one took a huge amount of damage. Like, she obviously needs to heal herself, but... Come on, fall down. I'll have Zuzen give her another pure thing. He also needs to heal his mana as well. And he'll need to give himself a pure seed. But the healer first. Wow, actually even Yuri's close to needing a pure seed at this point. That's a little frightening. That doesn't happen very often. Which is good, because he is the most dangerous in Berserk mode. And I am down to just pure leaves. Seeds are stronger. Oh well. There we go. Booyah! Nee 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 nee. Oh look, everyone leveled. And Alice learned Wish. What Wish does is it brings people back from the dead. And he gave me every element. Fire, I now have a level 2 fire available. I need 2 more points to get light level 1. Which is going to annoy me, but... Yeah! 15 years! 15 years! My dream! How dare you stand in my way! Are you alright? I'm fine. I was only almost dead about 10 minutes ago. You shouldn't push yourself so hard. Hee hee hee. It's not too late. If I funnel just a little more chi into the machine, my dream will... just a little more. What is he trying to pull? Severe gradients, awaken from the slumber and come before me! Ha ha! Is he dead? Yes. The bastard tried to lose his last bit of strength and ignite the spheric machine, even though he no longer had the strength to stand. Hee hee hee. You! Roger Bacon. That's not his real name. Both sides fought valiantly indeed. For a battle between ants, I was unexpectedly moved. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Now, for the reverse Demon's Gate invocation. Such a pity you won't get the chance to see it. Perhaps one more push is in order. Break your seal, O God of the heavens. Bacon! Of all the things to scream in the middle of a big fight... Ooh! Actual cutscene. Oh, right, because Simon loses his hat here, and I find it funny.
Now you made me mad, Pops.
Hey, kiddo! What do you think you're doing? Don't! No!
No, he can't. Is he planning to fuse with that monster? Don't do it! Let's get friendly.
Hero time!
Most interesting. Fusing with a god in order to defeat a god, eh? But at your level, you'll be swallowed up by the darkness, just like the other one.
The monster seems to have settled down. Does that mean the fusion succeeded?
Your soul is waiting.
Yeah, when I named this stream Save China, I meant from Dahoy. I didn't say anything about saving it from Yuri.
Ah, most impressive. Such is the unfettered power of a god. But compared with what I had in mind, it is mere child's play. Well, for Dehuai, I suppose I must admit it's something of an achievement. Well, there's no sense in my lingering here. I believe I shall return to London and have myself a spot of tea. Well then, ta-ta everyone. If you survive, I hope you'll come and pay me a visit there someday. Don't!
That day, the flames were almost beautiful as they turned Shanghai to ash. In the blink of an eye, they took away so much. Thoughts, hopes, dreams. And as they watched their world burn, the people cried out in grief. It was like a scene from hell, one of our own making. And that night was the last time I ever saw him.
Yeah, Yuri has kind of a high body count. Basically, I don't know if you could hear the voice acting because it's really quiet even to me. Yuri fused with a god and destroyed all of Shanghai, killing probably thousands. Welcome to Shadow Hearts Part 2. And now we are in Europe. Alright, so I'm actually going to save here. We are in Europe, we're on our way to Prague. I don't want to actually go into Prague because it's going to start leading us into the next bit of the game and trying to figure out what Alice and Suzanne are actually doing at this point in time. So we're just going to kind of do this. We're going to save here. And then we're going to call it for right now. I will be streaming a little bit later today. Oh, God. Don't you just love getting like 1,000,003 little pop-ups? And they're not really pop-ups. They're important things, but just when you don't need them. So, I'll come back a little bit later today, probably with more Atelier Iris 2. I was having fun doing that with you guys. So, may as well continue with that path. Especially leaving off after that climactic point. So in the future, I'm going to finish Shadow Hearts 1. I am going to finish Final Fantasy 8 because Book hasn't seen the end of it, so I want to show the rest of that. And then we're going to focus also on Atelier Iris 2. Those are going to be my 3 main focuses until Shining Resonance Refrain and more importantly, Octopath Traveler come out. Then those 2 are going to get thrown into the mix as well. And that should get us through until Dragon Quest XI comes out. If anyone does have any suggestions, let me know. I still am kind of interested in seeing more videos on the Mario Tennis. So I'm going to watch a few more of those before I make any decision whatsoever. And we'll see how all that goes. I did not yet. I am going to... Here, we can throw that on... I don't have a thing set up to just capture that, though. I will watch it... Yeah, I can watch it now. Perfect. Perfect. Many years later. Oh god. Of course. Oh, poor Bobby Drake. Poor, poor Bobby Drake. Oh my. And now I'm scared. I think we actually just hit that point in the series of logically how it should have ended would be Yuri just destroying everything as he now has the power of a god, but whatever. That or Ghostbusters showing up. One of the two. Alright. Before my brain goes on a tangent that is really, really weird. That's where we're going to end for right now. I will be back probably in about 2, maybe 3 hours. And we'll do some more Tell Your Iris 2. Like I said, I am going to finish up Final Fantasy VIII at some point for book. I'm going to finish this up for the person who requested it. And we're going to go from there. So, you know, everyone keep those things in mind. We do have the unboxing event for Octopath Traveler on July 14th. It is a Saturday. It's going to be awesome. And I got everything set up for that, except, you know, physically having the box in front of me. So we have all these things coming up. Enjoy. Thank you guys for watching. Mrs. Book says hi. Viewing audience, you should know that. Hello, Mrs. Book and pagelings. We'll catch y'all later in just a couple hours. Alright. Thanks, guys. Bye.